Introduction. My name is Vera. I am 26 years old. I live in a quiet, small town near the sea. Every day I work as a florist. I love my job very much. I work with many beautiful flowers. I arrange them for people. My life is simple, and I like it that way. I find joy in small things. For example, I love the smell of fresh coffee in the morning. I enjoy reading love stories. And of course, I love flowers. They make me happy. For a long time, I had a special dream. I dreamed of my own wedding day. I imagined a beautiful church filled with light. I saw myself in a lovely white dress. There would be many white roses everywhere. Soft music would play. I would walk down the aisle. At the end, the man I loved would wait for me. He would have a kind smile. This dream was very important to me. I hoped one day it would come true. One sunny morning, something happened that changed my life. I went to the local bakery. I often went there to buy fresh bread. On this day, a new person was there. He was a man. He was tall and looked very kind. He had bright green eyes. These eyes were beautiful. He was buying something at the counter. I stood behind him. When he turned around, he looked at me. He gave me a warm smile. I smiled back at him. It was a simple moment, but it felt special. His name was Mike. We started to talk. We talked about the good bread. We talked about the nice weather. Our conversation was short, but I felt a connection. From that day, everything in my life began to change. I did not know it then, but meeting Mike was the start of a new chapter. My dream of a beautiful wedding felt closer than ever. He seemed like the man from my dreams. Our smiles at the bakery were the first step on a new path. It felt like the beginning of something wonderful. I looked forward to seeing him again. 2. A quick love. Mike and I fell in love very quickly. It felt like a dream. Every day was special with him. He was very kind and thoughtful. Mike often brought me beautiful flowers. Sometimes he cooked dinner for me at his home. He always told me sweet things. He said I was special to him. He made me feel very happy. I believed our love was real and strong. After only 3 months, something big happened. Mike asked me to marry him. I was a little surprised because it was so fast, but I was also very happy. I looked at him and my heart was full of joy. I quickly said yes. I imagined our future together. I thought about a beautiful life with Mike. He smiled and I smiled back. We were both excited. My mother, Elena, seemed very happy for us. She was excited about the wedding. She wanted to help with everything. She spent a lot of time with me, planning the big day. We went to many shops together. My mother helped me choose my wedding dress. It was a beautiful white dress. She also helped with the cake tasting. We tried many different cakes. It was fun. My mother helped with all the small details for the wedding. She made many calls and sent many messages. During this time, my mother and Mike talked a lot. They spent much time together. They talked on the phone. They also met sometimes to discuss wedding plans. I did not think this was strange. My mother was helping, and Mike was friendly. I trusted them both completely. I believed she was happy to see me so happy. Everything seemed perfect for our future. I looked forward to the wedding day with all my heart. The wedding day. The big day arrived. It was the wedding day. The morning started early. The sun was shining brightly in the sky. Vera woke up feeling very happy. This was the day she had dreamed about for a long time. She looked at her beautiful white dress. It had soft lace and small, shiny pearls. Her hair stylist came to help her. They styled her hair in gentle curls. Vera looked in the mirror. She saw a happy bride. Her heart felt very full. It was full of love for Mike. It was full of happiness for this special day. Vera's friends and family were with her. They helped her get ready. Her mother, Elena, was there too. Elena smiled often. She helped Vera with her veil. Vera felt warm and loved. Soon it was time to go to the church. A car waited outside. It was a nice, clean car. Vera got inside with her father. They drove slowly to the church. The church looked beautiful. Inside there were many flowers. Vera, as a florist, loved seeing all the flowers. White roses were everywhere. They smelled sweet. Soft music played. The church was full of people. All the guests were smiling. They were happy for Vera and Mike. Vera saw many familiar faces. Her friends and family were all there. Vera stood at the back of the church. Her father was next to her. She looked to the front. There, Mike was waiting. He wore a dark suit. He looked handsome. Mike was smiling at her. His green eyes looked very happy. Vera smiled back at him. Her heart beat a little faster. This was the moment. The music changed. It was time for Vera to walk. She held her father's arm. They started to walk slowly down the long aisle. Every step felt special. Everyone in the church turned to watch her. Vera felt like a princess in a story. She walked towards Mike. Each step brought her closer to him. Her future was waiting. She felt so much love. It was the perfect day. This was the dream she had always wanted. She was ready to start her life with Mike. For a big problem. The church was quiet. Soft music played. I stood at the altar looking at Mike. His eyes were full of love. My heart was full of joy. The priest was about to speak. He opened his mouth to begin the ceremony. This was the moment I had dreamed of for a long time. Everything was perfect. The air smelled of fresh flowers. The light from the windows made my white dress shine. My dream was coming true. I felt like the happiest woman in the world. All the guests were sitting quietly, smiling. The sun shone through the big church windows, making everything bright. It was a beautiful day for a wedding. Then a loud sound broke the quiet. "Stop the wedding," a voice shouted. It was a woman's voice. It was very loud and strong. It echoed through the big church. Everyone in the church turned their heads quickly. My smile disappeared from my face. My body became completely still. My hands, which were holding my beautiful white flowers, started to shake a little. My fingers felt cold. Who was shouting? Why was someone stopping my special day? I saw a person walking very fast down the aisle. She walked quickly past the rows of guests. It was my mother, Elena. Her face was bright red. Her eyes looked angry and upset. She looked very, very upset. Her hair was a little messy from her fast walk. She wore a nice dress for the wedding, but she did not look happy at all. People whispered to each other. Some looked at her with surprise. Some looked at me with worried faces. Some looked at Mike, trying to understand. No one knew what was truly happening. My mother stopped when she reached the front of the church. She stood right near me and Mike. She did not look at me first. She looked only at Mike. Her eyes were fixed on him. Then she raised her hand high and pointed her finger directly at him. Her voice was still loud and full of strong feeling. "You cannot marry him, Vera," she cried. Her words hit me hard, like a cold wave on a warm beach. They made my whole body feel cold. My mouth was open, but no words came out. My mind was empty. My heart beat very, very fast. It felt like a drum beating loudly inside my chest. I looked at my mother. Then I looked at Mike. He looked surprised, too. He did not say anything back to my mother. He just looked at her with wide, shocked eyes. His face was pale. I tried to speak. My voice was small and weak, almost a whisper. "Why?" I asked my mother. My head started to hurt. My beautiful dream wedding was stopping right in front of everyone. My mother took a deep breath. She looked at me now. Her eyes were still red and full of something I did not understand. The whole church was completely silent. Everyone waited. They wanted to hear her answer. Her answer would change everything. It would change my life forever. I could not understand what was happening. This was not part of my dream. This was a very big problem. 5, a bad secret. Elena stood at the front of the church. Her face was red and tears were in her eyes. She looked at me. Her voice was not loud now. It was soft, but her words were like a strong hit. "I love him, Vera," she said. My heart felt strange. I did not understand. Who did she mean? My mother looked at Mike. Then she looked back at me. "And he cheated on you," she added. "He cheated on you with me." The church became completely silent. No one moved. No one spoke. The bright sunlight from the window seemed to stop. Time stopped. I could only hear my own breathing, fast and shallow. I could not believe her words, my mother, my fiancé, together. It was a terrible joke. It had to be, but her face was serious. Her tears were real. I slowly turned my head. I looked at Mike. He was still standing at the front. His head was down. He did not look at me. He did not look at my mother. His hands were tight fists. His face was very pale. He did not say anything. He did not say, "No, it's not true." His silence was the answer. It was a terrible, quiet answer. My hands were holding my beautiful wedding flowers. They felt very heavy. My fingers opened slowly. The white roses fell. They landed on the red carpet with a soft sound. My legs felt weak. I felt like the floor was moving. I felt like I was falling down, down, down. The quiet did not last long. A small sound started. It was a whisper. Then more whispers grew louder. Everyone in the church was talking quietly. They looked at me. They looked at Mike. They looked at my mother. My best friend, Maria, stood nearby. I saw her eyes grow wide. Then tears started to fall from her eyes. She put her hand over her mouth, shocked. Someone at the back of the church stood up fast. They walked quickly out of the door. The sound of the door closing was loud in the quiet church. This was not a dream. This was real. This was the worst day of my life, my wedding day. It was supposed to be the best day. Now it was a nightmare. A very bad secret was out for everyone to hear. My beautiful dream was broken into many tiny pieces. I stood there lost. I did not know what to do. I did not know where to go. All the happy smiles were gone. Only shock and sadness filled the room. The flowers still smelled sweet, but the air felt bitter. My future, which was clear moments ago, was now dark and full of questions. 6. The real story. Vera sat in her room. It was late at night. She was still wearing her white wedding dress. The beautiful lace and pearls felt heavy now. Her heart felt even heavier. The church was empty. The guests had gone. The happy music was silent. Only a terrible quiet filled the air. Vera could not believe what had happened. Her mother, Elena, had shouted a secret. Her future husband, Mike, had looked guilty. It was all a bad dream. She wanted to wake up. Suddenly, there was a soft knock on the door. Vera did not answer. The door opened slowly. It was Mike. His face looked very sad. His green eyes, which she once loved, looked down at the floor. He tried to speak. Vera felt a sudden anger. "Is it true?" she asked. Her voice was not loud, but it was firm. Mike slowly nodded his head. He did not look at her. Vera felt a sharp pain in her chest. "It was a mistake," Mike said quietly. "It only happened once. It did not mean anything." Vera stared at him. "It did not mean anything," she repeated. "To me, it meant everything. My wedding day, my love, my trust." Tears started to fall from her eyes. Mike stepped closer. "Please, Vera," he began. "I am so sorry." But his words felt empty. They did not fix anything. They made the pain worse. Then her mother, Elena, came into the room. Her eyes were red from crying. She looked at Vera with sorrow. "My dear Vera," she said, "I am so sorry. I was very lonely. I did not want to hurt you. I truly did not." She tried to reach for Vera's hand. Vera pulled her hand away. "Lonely?" Vera asked. "You were lonely, so you hurt me. You hurt your own daughter." The words felt like fire in her mouth. Vera looked from her mother to Mike. They both stood there, looking guilty and sad, but Vera felt more than sadness. She felt a deep betrayal. Her mother, the woman who raised her, and Mike, the man she loved, had both lied to her. They had kept a terrible secret. They had broken her heart on the most important day of her life. The beautiful dream of her wedding was now a nightmare. She took a deep breath. She needed to be strong. "Please," Vera said, her voice shaking a little. "Please leave." She pointed to the door. "Both of you, I need to be alone. I need time to think. I need time to breathe." Mike looked at her one more time, then turned and walked out. Elena stood for a moment, still crying, then she also left the room. Vera was finally alone. The silence returned, but it was a different kind of silence now. It was a heavy quiet, filled with broken dreams and unanswered questions. She slowly took off her wedding dress. The beautiful white fabric felt like a symbol of her lost happiness. She felt completely empty. 7, I feel better. After the wedding, my heart was broken. I knew I needed to leave town and go far away. I packed a small bag. Only my cousin knew where I was going. She lived in another city near the sea. I hoped the sea would help me. I arrived at my cousin's house. She was very kind. She did not ask many questions, just gave me a warm hug. For the first few days, I did little. I stayed inside, ate little, and slept a lot. My dreams were not good. I still saw Mike and my mother. Then, one morning, I went outside. My cousin suggested a walk by the sea. The air was fresh and the waves were loud. I walked for a long time, watching the water. The big sea made my problems feel smaller. I still felt sad, but a small part of me felt lighter. Every day I walked by the sea. Sometimes I sat on the sand. I drank many coffees and cried a lot. I cried for the love I lost, the broken dream, and the lost trust. With each tear, some pain left my body. Healing was a slow process. Slowly, I started to feel stronger. It was like a flower growing after a storm. One day, I looked in the mirror. My hair was long and messy. I decided to cut it short. It was a new look for a new me. It felt good, like cutting away the past. I also started new things. My cousin had paints. I had never painted, but I tried. I painted the sea, flowers, and bright colors. It was a way to put my feelings on paper to create something new. I stopped checking Mike's social media. It was hard at first, but then easier. I also stopped answering my mother's calls. She called many times, but I needed space. I needed to be alone and find peace. I wanted a new beginning. I wanted to forget the bad and remember the good. I wanted to be happy again. This time away was helping me. I was learning to be strong by myself, to trust myself again. I was not broken. I was changing, becoming a new Vera, ready for what came next. This was my time to heal and find a new start. 8, A new start. Vera had spent some weeks healing her heart. She felt stronger now. The sad feelings were slowly leaving her. She knew it was time to move forward, to find a new path. One sunny afternoon, she decided to visit a small art cafe in the city where her cousin lived. She enjoyed looking at the paintings on the walls and drinking a warm cup of coffee. It was a peaceful place. There, she met a new person. His name was Leo. He worked at the cafe. Leo had a quiet smile that made Vera feel comfortable. His eyes were warm and kind. He did not know Vera's past story, the one about the wedding. He only saw her, just Vera, a woman enjoying her coffee. They started to talk. Their first conversations were simple, about art and books and the weather. Slowly, they talked more. Vera found it easy to be with Leo. They laughed together often. Leo was a very good listener. He always paid attention to her words. He was gentle and thoughtful. One day, he brought her a small bunch of bright sunflowers just because. It was a small gesture, but it meant a lot to Vera. Vera felt something new growing inside her. This time, she did not fall in love fast. She remembered the rush of her last relationship and how quickly it ended in pain. So she walked slowly. She was careful with her heart, step by step. Each day, her feelings for Leo grew, and each step felt real and steady. This was very different from before. Vera had learned many important lessons from her past. The difficult experience, though painful, had helped her to see what true love could be. It led her to this new chance for happiness. Her heart was not broken anymore. The anger she once felt was gone. She felt free, truly free, for the first time in a long time. Mike and her mother were in the past. They were like a bad dream that was over, a chapter that had closed forever. Vera looked forward now. Life had given her a big surprise at the wedding, a very hard moment. But now it gave her a second chance, a chance for a better future. She took this chance with both hands. She was ready for her new start. Every day felt brighter and full of hope. She knew this was the right path for her. She was building a good future, one day at a time. Vera was happy. She was strong. She was Vera, starting a new chapter in her life.